Hi, this is Ling from 3D Science Modeling. Today, I'm talking about a phenomena-driven approach to engage students in using computer models to describe inheritance patterns. As a former biology teacher, I have seen that classic inheritance patterns and laws can be straightforward for some students but confusing for others. When teaching inheritance, I used to tell Mendel's classic story and his experiments, and then introduce the laws and how to use them. During the process, I saw students intrigued by the story, and then half of them quickly lost interest when the laws were brought up. Some students struggled with applying inheritance laws to explain and predict patterns. Many students also struggled with the relevant vocabulary and notation. Thinking about this type of teaching carefully, I find one important thing is missing. Students are not responsible for identifying and describing inheritance patterns. They often just listen. Here, I describe how students may actively explore the inheritance phenomena by themselves use a computer model. It sets the foundation for understanding inheritance laws and provides the context to meaningfully implement the vocabulary and notation. This computer model is developed based on the inheritance patterns in sunflowers. We often think of sunflowers like this, but they can look like this, and more. Looking at Van Gogh's famous paintings of sunflowers, we can see the sunflowers vary in their ray flower color, the center color, and the flower head shape. Here, a guiding question may be asked. What will the offspring sunflowers look like if we cross sunflowers with different colors? This computer model has 6 cases and 2 challenges. The case 1 focuses on the flower color inheritance. The case 2 focuses on the flower head shapes. The case 3 focuses on the disc colors. The cases 4 through 6 investigate the independent assortment among 2 of the 3 characters. The 2 challenges ask students to create 2 new sunflower variants, the teddy bear and the white knights. In this model, each character is controlled by a single gene. Only complete dominance is involved. In each case, the model first generates gametes with different genotypes. Then, random fertilization occurs among the gametes to form sunflowers. In each cross, gametes are produced based on the selected flower parents and the law of segregation. Then, the sperms and eggs randomly fuse to form offspring flowers. To use the model, you first choose a case and then set up the model. You press and choose 1 or 2 flowers. If you choose 1, you do self-pollination. You can sort the flowers to estimate the ratio or gather more accurate numerical data. You can also choose 2 sunflowers and then do the cross-pollination, and then examine the results. You can continue across the F1 generation to investigate the phenotype in the F2 generation. I must note, to simulate a more natural population, the parent generation includes both homozygous and heterozygous individuals. In the present trial, the results show a 1-to-1 ratio, suggesting one parent is recessive, the other parent is heterozygous dominant. Of course, students do not know about these at this point. They should only focus on identify the inheritance patterns. Here, I outline the model features and the learning they might support. We first invite students to examine the flower traits in Case 1 and plan how to investigate the flower color inheritance patterns. After in-class discussion, we can come up with 5 types of tests. Then, we put students in small groups to carry out the investigations using a data collection sheet. Then, students can analyze the data to identify the patterns. Let's do this together. In this round, we're going to investigate crossing yellow flowers with yellow flowers. Press and choose 2 yellow flowers, and then cross-pollinate. In this trial, we only get yellow offspring flowers. Let's record the data. We will gather data from 10 trials. Reset the model. Press and choose 2 yellow flowers. Cross-pollinate. We still only get yellow flowers. Let's record the data. We get both yellow and lemon yellow offspring flowers in the 3rd trial. Sort flower, we can see we have more yellow flower offspring. Let's record the numerical data. I'll speed up the rest of the trials. We always reset the model in each trial, so the parent flowers can be either homozygous or heterozygous. Accordingly, students should be able to see in some trial they get 2 types of flowers. In other trials, they only get 1 type. After gathering the data, we let students consider whether they should put all the data together to identify the pattern, or they should separate the 2 types of patterns. For a thorough analysis, they should try both ways. Here, I only show you when we separate the 2 patterns. We can sum up the number of offspring flowers from the trials where we only have yellow flowers. Then, we sum up the number of yellow flowers in the trial where 2 traits are present, and then we sum up the number of lemon yellow flowers in those trials. Then, we calculate the ratio of the yellow flower to the lemon yellow flower in those trials, which we should get a number very close to 3:1. Depends on the student level. You can just take the 3:1 ratio or use decimals. For the college students, they can use this data to do some statistical analysis. You can find more example data on our website. In class, after students compare their data and the patterns, they should be able to conclude. When they cross yellow flowers with yellow flowers or conduct yellow flower self-pollination, they should get 3:1 ratio where 75% of flowers are yellow and 25% of flowers are lemon yellow, or they only get yellow flowers. When they cross yellow flowers with lemon yellow flowers, they may get 1:1 ratio where half flowers are yellow, half of flowers are lemon yellow, or they only get yellow flowers. Finally, if they cross lemon yellow with lemon yellow flowers or conduct lemon yellow flower self-pollination, they only get lemon yellow flowers. Now we can connect students' investigations to Mendel's work. We can introduce Mendel's experiments and ask students to compare their results to Mendel's. This is the good time to introduce the terms such as dominant and recessive, heterozygous and homozygous, because students have had the results to think about. Based on that, we're ready to introduce the law of segregation. We can let students to apply the law to explain the data pattern in sunflowers. Later, students can apply the law of segregation to explore the case 2 and the case 3. I'll talk about how to let students do it in the next video. Because the computer model does not directly show the sunflowers' genotypes, students must reason about the data pattern to explain their inferences. This is the coolest part of the learning. We have found students become more active to think of law of segregation and use evidence from a computer model to support their claim. You can find more teaching material and notes on our website. Give it a try. Thanks for watching.